I've seen an increase of about 88% in illegal employment of children since 2019. Child labor rules are enforced by the Wage and Hour Division, which is already understaffed. There is one investigator for every 278,000 workers. And this is a crisis that would make it, which would be much, much worse under this proposed budget. And so the chart on page 24 of the budget shows 1,160 full-time employees, a cut of 153 staff, and on page 25, it proposes 906 full-time employees, or a cut of 407 staff. So which is it? Is it 1,160 or is it 906? There's disparities or differences on each of those pages.
Thank you, Congresswoman. I would have to take a look. I see it here in front of me, but in order for me to answer it correctly, I'll look to my team and make sure that we have those eyes. Fiscal year 2026 is showing 906 FTEs, reflects the program decrease of $25 million from fiscal year 2025 is what I am seeing in front of me. So,
right,
but I will clarify that for the record to make sure that you have the
appreciate it. So in terms of these staff cuts, will they reduce the number of investigations of child labor?
Oh, thank you again. The goal of the Department of Labor in the Wage and Hour Division is to compliance and enforcement. Absolutely, we want to streamline and modernize and save. And again, as I mentioned on the outset, and I think the ranking member said it best, is not more dollars necessarily completes the job. I will work with my agency heads to make sure that we are protecting all divisions of the wage and hour and complying with the law set forth, and we will be able to do that once the budget is finalized.
Okay, in a yes or no, will these staff cuts result in fewer child labor investigations?
Again, Congresswoman, determining a hypothetical, we will enforce the law, and we will never allow in this department to, I'm sorry, Congressman, I was not trying to look over you, I was just trying to address. We want to make sure that we are combating all child labor violations. It is not acceptable in this country that we would ever allow for that, and I will do everything in my effort to protect against child labor. Okay,
so I agree that the Department of Labor needs to focus on child labor, but we can also protect adults from wage theft, and we can protect children from illegal exploitation. And this budget request, and you are going to said you can go back and take a look, it doesn't really do either of those things. Let me ask you if there was any research that you have regarding the prevalence of child labor violations that will guide the enforcement strategies that you're going to use.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure I will be working diligently with the professionals at the Department of Labor to make sure that we have all the information needed to enforce the laws that are in place and protect against child labor.
So we're looking at a cut in this agency by $25 million, which is a significant number of staff. And I just don't believe that neither of those things are really going to offer compliance assistance. Either we're going to remain, these folks are going to remain inspectors into compliance assistant specialists, or they're not going to be doing investigations. And so I have a real concern about that. Would that be the case, you think?
Well, I look forward to working with Congress through the appropriations process in order to determine the funding source in order for me to comply with the law. The Department of Labor will continue to always enforce the laws on the books and protect the American worker and against child labor.
All right, well, let me move on. I want to abide by what the chairman has asked us to do. So in January, the Department of Labor released a training and employment notice to eliminate federal funding for workforce development programs thought to include diversity, equity, and inclusion. And because of that notice, Rutgers Center for Minority Serving Institutions canceled its HBCU and registered apprenticeship mini-conference. And while this notice was rescinded in February, no replacement has been issued. And I'm not really optimistic about how future notices might affect HBCUs. And I do worry that the chaos in the Department of Labor created in January might have a negative effect on future investments in workforce development at HBCUs. Can you comment on that?
Well, I don't know if I have a specific comment on specifically that, but what I can assure you is that the Department of Labor on workforce investments is a #1 goal to educate and train the workforce in this country. And I will continue to work with your office and many others to address the issues that you are concerned about. I will report out to this committee often, when asked, Chairman, in order to update you on the specifics once we move through this next fiscal year.
Thank you very much, and I hope that the future training employment notices will not adversely affect them. Mr. Chairman, I'm out of time. I'll send my other questions to you, Madam Secretary.
Thank you, Congresswoman.